Hi, it's Cara Lee from Wise Woman Ways, and I want to talk to you today about my dog Toby and something that I learned from him. I used to live in Southern California in Los Angeles, and I lived up near the mountains where there were a lot of huge old oak trees. And with old oak trees whose branches sort of touched the rooftops from house to house, there are also a lot of rats. And Toby happens to be a rat terrier, and whenever it got cold and rainy outside, we would get rats in our house. And Toby was better than a cat at catching them. He just could get them really easily. We lived in a 100-year-old house, and it was impossible to close up all the holes in the house, so we just every once in a while would have rats inside. Usually they lived outside, but when it got cold and rainy, they moved inside. And one day there was a rat behind this little bookcase that we had, and Toby just was so excited and running all over to try and get it, back and forth, trying to get behind the bookcase. So I went to go help him, and I sat in front of the bookcase and I pulled it out a little bit. It was just 3 feet tall. It was a little tiny bookcase. And I pulled it out, and the rat ran out, and Toby caught this rat, and I was right close to him, maybe a foot away. And I watched him kill this rat. He took it and he shook it, and he listened, not really with his ears, but with his body, to see if the heart was still beating. And then I assumed it was still beating because he shook it again and listened. And then eventually he dropped the rat in front of me, and there were no puncture marks, no blood, no apparent injury of any kind, but the rat was dead. And I was so struck after watching this by the fact that he knew how to do this, that there was instinct within him that taught him how to be a rat terrier, how to do this. And it made me think, what instincts do I have inside me? And I thought, I don't have any. I don't know how to do anything that I didn't spend years learning, that I didn't go to grad school for, or that I didn't take a class on, or that I didn't practice. And I was like, he knows how to do this because he listens to his instincts on how to do this. And that set me off on this trajectory of trying to figure out how to connect to my inner instinct and my gut system and what I can learn from that. And it's been a really interesting path. So many times we can't connect with our inner instincts because we're stuck doing what we have to do, or doing what we should do, or doing what we've been told to do. We're so busy stuck doing those things that we think that we're supposed to, that society's told us to, or our parents told us we had to, or and when we're distracted by all those shoulds and have tos, we don't connect with that inner instinct that all of us has, and we don't connect with the rhythms within the world. We don't even know what time we like to wake up or what time we like to eat. We don't really know when we're hungry because we're stuck to this schedule that maybe our work forces upon us. Eat before you go to work, eat at noon, eat when you get home from work. And so I really encourage you to take some moments to connect with your inner instinct. And one way to do that is maybe every hour on the hour, or every 3 hours, to really take a break, turn everything off, your phone, your radio, your TV, everything. Sometimes you can only do this in the privacy of a bathroom if you're at work. Go out to your car if you're at work, in the quiet of, your own little space, and take a moment and breathe and listen. Because when you start to listen to those instincts, you are drawn to things in a really wise way. And you're able to follow the wisdom and the rhythms, and you're able to get in touch with that wild, wise woman inside of you. So go take a few minutes today to get in tune with your instincts.